All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The market has continued to move in one direction against us right now, and that's up. Of course, we love when the market goes up. Our hodl bags love it. But if we've sold calls above the market, then when it goes up like it's been going up the past few days, it can get our positions in a little bit of trouble. And today you're going to see how I manage positions that have gotten into a little bit of trouble. We're using the Derive platform, link in the description, by the way. So we'll come over here. We'll go to home. I'll show you where we're at. Here's our collateral value. Here's our account value. You don't usually worry too much about the account value because we know when all of our options expire, our account value will equal the collateral value. But we pay attention to our collateral value when we're selling options, and of course today when we have to close out and adjust options, we want to pay attention to our collateral value. So our starting amount is 23,000. I'm writing this down on the scrap sheet of paper here, so I have it. 23,206. $42 is where we're at. And let's just see what we have here. So the market is just continuing to move up, and ETH has crossed over $3,000. Now, if you remember from my last video, I told you I was headed out on a camping trip. I'm literally going to be leaving in a couple of hours, but I've got to do something about this. And let's take a look at where these options are. So we have now a November 15th expiration date for a $3,200 call. So let's come over here, November 15th, 3,200. And there's our 31 delta. Keep in mind, at 30 deltas, we want to adjust the position. Now, you're going to learn a lot in this video because I don't have to adjust positions often because we always trade at deltas of 5 or 10, which means we always have greater than a 90% chance of success on the trade. We still have a 69% to 70% chance of success on this trade here. Why do we make adjustments so early? Well, one is just to be cautious, but two, if you come over here, we're down $335. We have to make that back. If we get to a delta of 40, this is going to rapidly go up. It could double or more than double. So we've got to be able to take care of this now. So let's just take a look at where everything else is at. I'm not too worried. Let's just see what else we got. We need to double check this one here and this one here. The challenge is we had a lot of margin here so it's the good news is we have $10,000 in buying power, but it's going to be more difficult because it's such a large position. That's okay. It is what it is. We'll do our best. So November 29th, 3,500 call, and November 29th, 3,400 call. So let's go take a look at those. Come back to options. November 29th, 3,400 call. It's at 27 delta. 3,500 call. It's at 22 delta. Now this is challenging for me because if I was just going to be around the house, I would not touch either one of these at all. But I'm not going to be around the house. So this is tough. This could, because if I'm gone for 2 days and I'm not able to trade on my phone because I have no internet connection where I'm going to be at. So I've got to hope these are going to be okay. Otherwise, they could get in a lot of trouble and it could be bad for my portfolio. I think what I'm going to do is close out this one at 27 and leave the one at 35. That's what I think I'm going to do. So let's come over here. Let's take a look at what we got. We will close this one. Make sure I got my VPN up. I do. Link in the description to Torguard, by the way, if you want to check it out, support the channel. It's an affiliate link, but you get like half off. Okay, so then we'll go to submit order, close it out, and it ended up costing us, I think, $472 or something like that when it was all said and done with. We'll know here in a moment. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. And again, this one may be in trouble too, but we're not gonna mess with it right now. Close this out. It's going to cost us $151. Close it out. We have $15,000 in buying power, and we are down. Let me do the math real quick. So we're at 20 before closing those out. Our collateral value, keep in mind that the goal is to maintain collateral value, was at 23,206. We'll just say 207. 23,207 minus, look at that, no cents, even dollar, 22,583. So we've got $624 that we need to earn back in our collateral value. So what we're doing now is technically called rolling an option. Now, instead of trying to be directional here, I'm going to attempt to sell options on both sides of the market to make that money back. I need to get back $624. $624. Here's the thing. I'm going to have to go out a couple of I sold some at 29 and I don't know November 29th. I hate to go out to the 27th. I will. I hate to do that. I almost wanted to wait. Usually there's 4 strike prices here before we go out a month. 4 weeklies and then they start going monthly, but yeah, neither here nor there. That's not our options right now. So we have to work with what we have. So let's just see. We're going to sell both sides of the market. Delta of 9. That's never going to, if I sell 10, it will take, actually, I need to get 600. That's not going to work. If I sell here, 10 of those would get 240, but it's a 12 delta. What happens if I come out to the 27th? I hate to even think about this. But let's come over here. 27th. How far out can I go? Now, this is where it gets interesting. That was just a 27 at a 9 delta. And that gets me all the way down to 2,300. So selling 10 of those would almost get my money back. But it would tie up, let's see what it would tie up. $4,000. Probably going to tie up about, because I need more. That would get me a lot, but it's going to tie up $6,000, and that's kind of frustrating to me, to be honest with you. I don't want to tie up $6,000. That's going to massively hurt my overall earnings potential for the entire month of November and most of December. I really don't want to tie up that much. Let's see what I can do on the 29th. Can I get some of it back? This 9 delta. Then it would get me to $142, but it's going to tie up $4,000. And it's still not going to quite get me there. And it's going to tie it up for a good chunk of time there. Let's see. And that's at a 9 delta. I can come to 12 delta. And here it's just a matter of, when you're making these decisions, it's just kind of a risk profile sort of thing. I don't like this idea here. 12 delta ties up 4,000. But I get back 234 basically. That's pretty good, actually. I'm going to, oh my goodness. See, it's tough. Because if I have to roll this out, it's going to get a little nastier. But I'll have more options to roll out. I'll be able to roll out to December then possibly, or worst case scenario, January. And at this point, it's just, the more conservative I play this, the less money I'm going to make, and or the less earning potential I'm going to have. And that's the challenge. You're trying to figure out sort of how to play it. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one, 234. And just to confirm, we made some money back on that. We have less buying power. Let's take a look at where we're at now. We started this video, we were at 23,206. So let's just confirm 23,206. we'll say, yep, 207. We'll say 207 minus 22,817. So we still need to make back $389. All right. Again, this is all about maintaining collateral value. So let's go back. Now we're going to sell on the call side. Let's see if we had anything on the 29th. And with the current market environment, the challenge is people try to get very directional. The current market environment tells me that, hey, we're probably not going to crash down right now. The market's very excited. But market sentiments change quickly, especially when you start going out 3-4 weeks. Let's see. Here we have a 17 delta at 36. This is 11 delta at 38. And this is where it's tough. It's like, are we going to go that high? Normally you would think no, but when you've had 2 or 3 days at 3 and 4%, it can be rough to think about. Let's that would get, if we sold 10 of those, what would we get? 195. And top another $4,000. That's gonna, again, it just starts to hurt our earnings potential. And here's the challenge: if we go to our only next option is all the way at 4,000, which is a 7 delta, but we're not gonna make near the amount. Let's see. We still need to make $200 and something. I'm just trying to decide what to do here. I'm thinking this out. Let me pause the video here. All right, I want to see. I was just trying to think through my thoughts a little bit. Here's the deal. If I take this one, I need to make $389 back. So even if I 106, I still need to make 238. So if I go out to the 27th, let's see what I can do there. Man, that can 4,500. See, I don't think we're gonna break all-time highs and go that high. So I could always come here and I'll have, if I use up $4,000 in buying power, I'm basically gonna have what, 7,000 left, roughly. So I could then come here if I needed to and sell what I need to make. I still need to do 283. I could sell that, and or I could come on this side and sell this one. And that takes me all the way down to 2,300. And the other thing I'm thinking about is if I go further out, it's a bit more conservative, but I'm going to make more money on my buying power. And that's kind of important as well right now. Because I need to keep my buying power available in the event that I still have a position that goes south on me. All right, let's do this. Here's what we're going to do. Sometimes you just have to act and adapt. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm just going to adapt. So let's come down here. Let's grab this 11 delta. 10. That's going to be 198. I think earlier I did the 7 delta. That's okay. We did that, and now again I'm just going to do the math again, just confirm where I'm at, just so I'm always aware. So earlier I was at 23,206. We'll say 207 minus 12. So we roughly need to make 195 back. these positions are going to be much more challenging to roll when they get larger like that if they get into trouble. But we will see what happens. I've got some funds coming available here. That's going to be helpful. All right, let's come back. We need to make 195. We still have 7,000 in buying power. Let's go look at December 27th. Let's come over here, look at puts. A 9 delta, 7 delta. That doesn't get us there. We need at least 195. So that's not going to quite get us there. 23 delta. That's going to get us there. And we'll top $4,000. All right, here's what I want to do. I just don't want to top. Let me go check my Decembers. Okay, so I don't have any Decembers expirations yet. I don't want to top 4,000 in one position. Let me try to put 2,000 and 2,000 to make up that 95. We'll come to the call side first because you make less on the call side. So let's just start there. The premium is always a little bit better when you're selling puts, by the way. And I'm just letting you kind of hear my thoughts here. 34. Are we in December? Is that right? No, I started to say, wait a minute, this don't look right. Here we go. All right. 4,500, 8 delta. Let's go. So we'll say 5. We need to make 190, submit. Okay, and then we will come on the other side. And 7 delta. That should get us there. That should get us there. Are we going to go all the way back down to 2,200? That's what you have to think about. Nine delta. I don't want to be greedy. I mean, at the same, I just need to make sure we're covered, and I top as little money as possible to do it. And that should get us there. Now this is going to be interesting. We have literally fixed our position. Yep. We started out with $23,206 in collateral. Now we're at $23,214 in collateral. With that being said, we had to roll out further in the future. So what was the quote unquote damage? Not much. I mean, we tied up some of our earnings all the way till December, our earning potential. But this is $3,000. Good news is it didn't take the full $2,000 in margin. So this is $3,000 that we've tied up. That's good. We do have 4,000 tied up to the end of November, but these are all in great shape right now. The keep in mind we were trading deltas. I think our worst one was 11 or 12. That's still 89, 88% chance of success. When I roll out, sometimes I'm forced to come in a little bit closer to make back that premium that we lost. So I like to stay between 5 and 10 delta. I will come into 11 or 12 sometimes if I have to, which is what I had to do here. The only position that's in a little bit of trouble right now, really and truly, is going to be this position right here. And yeah, right now it's at 21 delta. That's pretty good. Not too worried about it. I mean, it could go south. I mean, but if it does, then what are we going to do? Well, here's the thing. By next week, this will free up, and we'll have that to work with. We currently have $3,200 in buying power, and if that position, for whatever reason, continues to go south and has to be rolled out, We'll sell it. We'll unlock about $800 in buying power here, and we'll take that $800 plus this $3,200. We'll roll out into the future. That's if it becomes a problem. We're currently sitting on 79% chance of success right now in the trade, but it's only at a 20-21 delta. Sorry, I got my mouse over the wrong one. It's this one. It's only at a 21 delta, so we're still pretty good. This is what makes options trading so interesting. Like, I mean, not to be cliche, but you have options, and we're way outside of the buying price. Our account value looks like it's really down, but you can't really worry too much about the emotional aspects of the account value. You know your chances of success on all these trades is quite good, so you just hang tight and hold on and just see where we're at now. Following 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a lot of buying power opening up. So even this position is going to be coming in our favor within 2 weeks. So if we can hold out for 2 weeks, then we'll have a lot of buying power available and we'll be good again. I said 2 weeks. Is that right? 15th is next week. No, 3 weeks. 1, 2, so 3 weeks. You need to hold out for 3 weeks essentially. For the 29th. All right. And follow the journey. Be sure to subscribe. Let's see how this works out. If you want to see what happens here, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, click all. Stay tuned. We're on day 132 right now, and I'm getting ready to go on a camping trip, and I won't be looking at this for the next couple of days. So we'll see what happens when I get back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following my journey. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.